All right, welcome to ASM Track Tips. Today we're visiting Road Atlanta, located in Atlanta, Georgia, just outside of Atlanta, Georgia. It is a 2.5 mile track in 12 turns with average speeds usually above 100 miles an hour. Quick note before we get into it, and I'm probably going to say this many times throughout this video, this is definitely a dangerous track. I'm going to almost say this is probably one of the most dangerous tracks in the US. Very high speed, and the risk of running off track and hitting something and injuring yourself is very great. There's one thing with the track being risky as far as a car going off and you may be hitting something but being physically okay. This one, you can physically get hurt. These walls are concrete. They're not tires. Some might be outlined in tires, but these walls are hard. Take it easy. This is a track you definitely want to hold back a little bit. Use the whole risk versus reward thing. If you're going there for a lapping day, don't give it 10 tenths your first session out. Just take it easy and learn the track. All right, Road Atlanta. I will note right away, pit lane is on the outside of the track. I believe this is a form of one of the ways you can set up pits, but almost every track day I've ever been to at this track will run the inside pits in here. So don't let that throw you off. Track is the same. So starting the track on the main straight, coming into one, hard brake. I use the concrete wall on the left side there as a reference point of when to brake. So depending on how fast your car is, generally I was braking right before the end of the wall, and you can carry a ton of speed through one as you come uphill here. Use all the elevation change to your advantage. So as you're going uphill, you're gonna have more grip. Carrying more speed through one, getting back on throttle almost immediately right after one, coming uphill. Now this is blind, a little hard to visualize this looking at a 2D map, but coming up to two, completely blind. So setting your car up just right for that, picking a point or reference point or something is going to really help. Turn three, very fast. You can cut some of the curb on three, but I recommend not putting too many wheels off on three. You can definitely bend some wheels when you get out here. Carrying the speed out through three, getting back on throttle, coming down into the S's. Definitely look ahead here, be very smooth, very momentum section of the track. So being smooth with all of your inputs. Coming up into five, again, kind of blind, getting yourself set up just right through five, staying on the right side of the track here. Coming through five, again, uphill, use that elevation to your advantage and use some of the curbing out on the outside of five. It does get a little rough, so make sure you're smooth with the steering wheel, and if the car does get a little sideways, be ready to correct. There's definitely walls here to hit if you overdo it. Down into six. Six is much quicker than it looks on a map. This is a banked corner, so you can carry a lot of speed through six. But get ready for seven. A little bit of a blind corner. You're not gonna be able to see anything coming into seven. So kind of take this a little slower entry and focus on getting the exit speed. Seven is all about exit speed. Any more exit speed you get translates to a much faster top speed all the way down. So they call this a corner, not much of a corner. 9 is really not much of a corner until you've got about 600 horse. Coming into 10A, downhill, there's brake markers along here. Start using those to pick up your braking point, going deeper and deeper every lap you can. And hug 10A tight, staying to the left, setting yourself up better for 10B. 10B, getting that exit coming uphill, trying to get on power smoothly, but not too much where the car is getting sideways. The bridge right here is right around where the hill crests. You're not gonna see anything after turn 11. So setting your car up perfectly going under the bridge is very crucial. I don't know if I can recommend this as a reference point, but there's a little flag symbol. I try to be under the yellow flag symbol on the bridge. Again, you probably can't use that as a reference point because you never know if they're gonna change that, but it's a little more on the left side of that bridge coming over the hill. You're gonna stay on power coming down the hill. This requires a lot of commitment And then turn 12, don't turn in too late. You need to make sure you stay on the left side enough so you're not gonna pinch yourself off coming down through 12. Probably the scariest part of the track right here. Walls on both sides, very, very fast. You're gonna be probably 120, 130 miles an hour. Just be careful there and work up to this corner. Not worth getting killed over. So once you make it through 12, you can breathe again and cross the start finish and do another lap. Road Atlanta, we are doing this in an E46 BMW stock S54 engine, making around 330 horse on street rubbers. So we are coming up to the bridge. This is turn 11. Very blind, huge elevation. I don't know how many story drop this is, but it's probably about 4 or 5. Coming onto the front straight. Start finish right there. Turn 1, very, very fast. You're gonna brake there, turn in, really carry that speed, and as soon as you start coming up the hill there, you gain lots of grip, making yourself back over to the right. Very blind corner 3 here. Hard on the brakes, cut some of the curbing, not too much there. Be smooth coming down through the S's. Looking far enough ahead. You can stay nearly flat through all of this, and then a hard brake. Turn left, using all this extra grip coming up, and the curbing if needed. Down the straight, coming into 6. 6 is a hard on the brake, but you can carry a decent amount of speed through it. Kind of banked. And turn 7, very patient through here, look ahead. Trying to get on throttle as soon as you can while trying to stay on track. So every little bit of exit speed coming off of 7 carries all the way down into turn 10. Long straightaway here, collect your thoughts. Coming into 10, which is a very fast, very hard braking zone. Coming downhill, use those brake markers for reference points. Hard on the brakes, hard on the brakes. Turn in, kind of stay left, trying to get the run up 10B, and set yourself up right underneath that yellow part of that flag on the bridge. Be very smooth coming through 12, very fast. Need to be very smooth. Obviously walls on both sides. Very costly if you make a mistake there. And that's a lap of Road Atlanta. All right, ASM track score. Fun factor of 7 out of 10 at this track. It is a fun track. Getting everything nailed down just right is very rewarding. Going through those S's makes you feel like Superman every single time. So lots of fun. But this leads me to the risk. Risk is a 9 out of 10. Again, I've said this many times in this video, I'm sure. Very risky track with lots of consequences. So hard to sometimes have a lot of fun with that much risk. So that's why it got a 7 out of 10 and the risk is a 9 out of 10. Technicality, 8 out of 10. Very technical corners here. I could go over almost every corner having a lot of technicality, but you've already watched the video, so you know where those technicalities are. Final score, 6.8 out of 10. Again, with the risk being as high as it is, hard to have a lot of fun, but it's a track, so they're all fun. All right, thanks for watching. If you have any comments, if you've been to Road Atlanta, let me know what you thought, how risky and scared you were of turn 12. All right, thanks for watching.